live in the Marvin Lee Stadium. It's Monday the 5th, 2022. It's blue skies, gentle breeze. We have a doubleheader today again for the GA Super Cup. Today is the San Juan Steelers versus the Central Jaguars. For the San Juan Steelers, we have number 1, Kwesi Andrews, the goalkeeper. Then Johan Peruz, number 13. Jamil Fagan, number 18. Number 5, Kieran Matthews. Number 14, Ezekiel Pascal. And number 15, Negas Allen. Number 4, Karim Pope. Number 8, Kashagwan Pridara Williams. Number 19, Joshua Isaac. Number 10, Kerry Daniel. And number 9, Jadon Charles. That's for the San Juan Steelers. For the Central Jaguars, Tor Fletcher starting in goal, number 1. Number 4, Janik Danzel. Number 2, the defender, Jordan Brito. Number 14, Chad Alonso. Number 13, Chaze Commission. Number 8, Kyle Ogaro. Number 18, Mark Robertson. Number 15, Dante Cooper. Number 11, Caleb Boyce. Number 10, Kern Roberts. And number 9, Kasim Balanten. Also, too, it will be interesting. We have an interesting interview here for you two from the head coaches to hear from Brian St. Louis and Damian Cooper. Brian St. Louis being the San Juan Steelers coach and Damian Cooper being the Central Jaguars coach. So, I'm going to hand it over to the sideline reporters and let's hear what they have to say before as a pre-match interview.
Good evening, Mr. Brian St. Louis. It's nice to have you here for the pre-match interview. So this is the second game of your campaign. The first game wasn't so nice for you, but this game, how are we looking? How the bounce back looking?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Well, first game, the results wasn't as expected, but lesson learned. Went back and had a couple more sessions, and we're looking to get a bounce back victory today. I'm quietly confident. I ain't really hot ups this week, but I'm quietly confident that we're supposed to get a victory to go through.
By chance, were you able to at any time take a look at the Central Jaguars team, maybe on YouTube or maybe a live game? And what you're prepared for them today?
Well, I take a look at Central's first game, and I see how they like to play. Well, players, the timing, I hope what we had planned, we might have to change a little bit, but let me see how it goes now.
And finally, last game you had some words for the opposing coach. Any words this time?
I'll be a little more reserved this game, but I'm sure I'll be talking to you post-match, so you know what that means, winning coach.
Thank you very much, Mr. St. Louis. Blessings. Good evening, Mr. Damian Cooper. Thank you for joining us, the coach of the Central Jaguars. You had a pretty interesting first game, I may ask. What are the things you have coming out of that first game? What we could look forward to seeing tonight.
Right, so definitely, like some of the positives that we take out of the first game is that we possessed the ball pretty well. We were able to come out of the back and string a number of passes together. I think we also did well in the attacking third in terms of creating chances. What we want to work a little bit on today is our transitioning from attack to defense and similarly from defense to attack. So hopefully we could get those things right here today.
Yeah. That's good words. We have you're coming up against the San Juan Steelers, right? They also lost their first game. Did you have a chance to take a look at them in the first game, and what did you notice if you took a look at them?
Right, so I had an opportunity to take a look at them. I think they possess the ball well. They seem to be a very well-coached team. So what we hope to do today is build on our strengths and see if we can exploit their weaknesses. Both of us are desperately in need of a win. So I think it's going to be a good game, and both teams are going to be pushing for that W here this evening.
Yeah, and finally, anybody we could look out to again? We a little something from the tactics now. Any particular player we should keep an eye on? The commentators should keep an eye on.
Well, we believe on a total team effort. We believe in strength in numbers. I mean, there are a number of quality players on our team. I don't think I really want to point out any. I think I leave that for you to do at the end of the game, right? But look for a number of quality performances from a number of our players.
All right, thank you, Mr. Cooper, the coach of the Central Jaguars. Blessings.
Thank you.
And we are live here again in the Marvin, and I'm back, and I'm Renan Medina. And I'm going to do the commentary for the first game here. As I said before, we are the Sour Steelers versus the Central Jaguars. So the Sour Steelers in black, Central Jaguars in blue. And it's going to be definitely an exciting Mat 6 day here. Had a lot of football that passed over the couple of weeks. Yesterday was action-packed and exciting, where we had a doubleheader again as well, where McCoy Tigers faced Carnage Pirates. The Carnage Pirates was victorious 1-0 by a header by Kyle Andrews. And the Maloney Mavericks faced the Port of Spain Capitals, and who else but Nathan Lewis with a brace for the Maloney Mavericks to make them successful. But let's fix on the action here today. The Sour Steelers versus the Central Jaguars. This is going to be exciting. I can't wait to see what is the output, what is the outcome for this. This is Group A action. Both the teams that are facing each other here today, both won one game. So this is actually a very important match, looking at the thick of things. The context of this game is very important because whoever is victorious here today, I think, will probably go on top of the table depending on the goal difference. Western Eagles played 2 and won 2. Western Eagles obviously would have defeated both Star Wars Steelers and Central Jaguars. So they should be in the clear. The Sawa Steelers and Central Jaguars didn't win against the Western Eagles. So it looks as though the Western Eagles have had a monopoly on this group, Group A. But I'm looking forward from the Central Jaguars. Mark Robinson, he scored a brace against Western Eagles even though they lost 4-0. And the referee blows for the start of the game. This is going to be something that we know is going to have a lot of football to watch, a lot of skill. And immediately, the Sour Steelers bounces it around. Number 10, Kern Roberts. He'll be influential if the Sour Steelers is to do anything in this game here today. Number 10, sorry, I'm mistaken, is Kerry Daniel. My apologies for that. The other number 10 is Kuhn Roberts. That doesn't mean he's going to be influential. Most definitely is. I'm looking forward to seeing Mark Robinson as well. Against the Western Eagles, he had a delicate chip over the keeper. So we know he has a gifted right foot. Majestic right foot too. The Central Jaguars on it now. Long ball distributed all the way to Kern Roberts, and he has quick speed and he uses his speed. He's going forward, cuts inside, he tries to flick it on the inside for Kyle Ogaro, but wonderfully intercepted. And Ezekiel Pascal now running it forward, but marshaled out. And Kerry Daniel eventually gets control of it and mans the ball and commands his team to hold on to a bit, get a feel of it, bounce it around, get warm. And the referee spotted an infringement. Captain for the Central Jaguars, number 4, Janique Danzel. He would be asking a lot. Now Mark Robinson on it now. He plays it forward. Really skillful he is. Dante Cooper as well. He too really is a player to watch. He has that close control. He has that magisterial touch. And this is looking very, very imposing here. The number 9, Jaden Charles, advancing down the right flank. But eventually, Kyle Ogaro getting a touch of it. And look at the touch there of Dante Cooper. Always knows where his opponents are. Always knows what's the next move. Plays about 3-4 passes ahead. I think if the Central Jaguars is to get anything out of this game, they would need Dante Cooper and Mark Robinson and Kyle Ogaro on it. And now they're looking wonderful here. Chad Alonso on the right flank. He swings it in, and there's a team, a flick back. Is that a handball? And I think the referee, it has to be an indirect free kick. If that's too close to the goal, this is very interesting here. Some exciting stuff in the first 5 minutes. It's going to be an indirect free kick, literally on the 6-yard box. I think on the replay here, Alonso advancing down the right flank, swinged it in. And I think that flick touch there I think that it wasn't flicked. I think the referee is just being a bit on the harsh side. But I would understand why he would call it. It's one of those decisions where it's indefinite, but Dante Cooper over it. I think the best decision would be to spank it immediately. Don't pass it. No, don't pass it. That's not what you do. He still has another chance. Dante Cooper. From that time, from so close, I don't think it's an indirect free kick. But I would still have a shot and let it bounce off a player. And if it goes in, it's indirect. That's a chance needed to be taken care of there by the Central Jaguars. They would be disappointed. Damian Cooper would definitely be disappointed that his team didn't capitalize on that there. But Kyle Ogaro on it nevertheless. Ezekiel Pascal lost out on it to Kyle. Trying to play a long ball. Forward to Dante Cooper, but just too long for his reach. And Kuhn Roberts, very skillful, and he eventually gets the foul. Kuhn Roberts' touch is just so sexy on the eyes. And I think the captain, the number 4, Denzel Dans, he clips it in the box. Goes up Dante, eventually swings it back across, but an offside call there by the linesman. And the play's arrested. Just feeling a bit niggly knock there. The left back, number 18, Jamil Fagan. Fagan on it now. Plays it to Carey. Carey on it. This is a clear indication that if Steelers are to get anything out of this, Carey needs to be on it a lot too as well. And strong play by Caleb Boyce. A bit strong, too much physicality there for the referee. And he calls for a foul. And Carey plays a long ball across to the number 15 on the left flank, but it was wonderfully intercepted. And the referee calls for another infringement there. A foul on 19, Joshua Isaac. And it's played immediately. And Kyle Ogaro tries to distribute it to Caleb Boyce. Caleb Boyce now gets it. And he marshals his way well, and Alonso tries to play it. The two players not on the same page here, Kyle Ogaro and Alonso. He wanted them to run along the right side, but he stayed in the center, and now it's back to Samoa Steelers. And Samoa Steelers with a bit of possession with the right back, Kieran Matthews. Kieran Matthews asking more of Negus there. The number 15, the left winger. And he eventually plays it to Negus. But so that's a good interception by the center back for the Central Jaguars. And now Negus on it now. Plays it to Farhan. Negus back to Negus. And Jaden Charles losing out on it. And now Dante, he's very majestic on it with a couple of step overs, and he gets away from Ezekiel Pascal, and now he gets away from another left back, the number 16, and eventually slides. But the referee says no foul. He says play on. That's the skill of Dante Cooper. Just a glimpse of it. That's what he can do. That's a change he can make in a game. And I'm really excited to see what he's going to do. Him and Robinson from the Central Jaguars. Referee eventually pardons for, I would say that's a smart foul, a smart offense by the left back there for the Central Jaguars. Just impeding his run. Nothing too cynical for a card to be dished out, but it prevents the advancement of the right winger. And Kerry Daniel on it now. He plays it to Ezekiel Pascal. Pascal has support on the right side. Eventually, he goes all the way back to the right back. Nathaniel. Now it's the Central Jaguars going forward. Has nowhere to go, and he still goes here. Still on his foot, but eventually marshaled out. They're Caleb boys. And Kerry bounces it around to Kareem Pope. And now Joshua Isaac just trying to do something a bit special, trying to create something there, but ran out of play to his annoyance. And Kyle O'Gara now. He has a lot of time and a lot of space. And he distributes it now to the number 14, Chad Alonso. Kyle on it again now. Kasim. I must say in these first 12 minutes, the ball has really bounced around the two sides. Possession really hasn't. No team really has manned it in terms of possession-wise. And now Caleb boys, he's going to swing it in. He has 3 in the box. Eventually, it's wonderfully intercepted by Kieran Matthews. And if we look on the replay, Kieran boys had a lot of time and space, so I really think the delivery should have been better than that. But it's a corner to the Central Jaguars nevertheless. I mean, I don't want to jinx any team, but I think based on the performance against the Western Eagles, the Central Jaguars should feel as though they should be victorious today. Steelers too as well, but from the book. That's who I think should win. And a flat ball inside. Kern Roberts eventually. Oh, that was a wonderful turn by Kern Roberts. Is that a foul? Referee eventually awards a corner. But wonderful drop of the shoulder and pull back from Kern Roberts. Just has that extra spark to bamboozle defenders. And it's a corner on the left flank for the Central Jaguars. Sends a deep cross. The keeper comes out. That was a wonderful header. He clattered with the keeper there. If we look on the replay, I'm not sure who headed it. But the clatter with the keeper is a head injury and he should receive medical attention immediately. I think it was eventually the number 2, Jordan Brito, going up. And he clattered with Kwesi Andrews from the Sawa Steelers. And that's not something you would want in these early minutes of the first half. It can have you seen stars. But yes, this is the GA Super Cup 2022 edition. If I was to speak on what's going on in the first half, and the action's back. if I didn't mention the referees are Noel Moore and Michael Spencer, first assistant referee, and Nikita Yearwood, second assistant. But Dante on it now to Kyle Ogaro. Kyle Ogaro has a shot, a left foot shot. Very, very optimistic there from Kyle. A bit too optimistic for me. I think he should bounce it around a bit more, trying to get closer to the Central Steelers goal. If they have to see anything out of that. And Alonso, he plays it forward. And he heads it back now, back to Alonso. Plays it to Brito. He's back on his foot, thankfully, after that clattering collision with the Kwesi Andrews, the keeper. Wonderful turn there by Kyle Ogari. He's asking for movement. Dante. Niggly challenge, lost out on it. Well, thankfully, the Central Jaguars still have possession. Wonderful shield there by Kyle Ogaro to get his body between the man and the ball. Miscued pass there to the annoyance of Kern Roberts. He'd have won that to his foot. But yeah, like I was saying, I think if any, these two sides, if they are to see it, they have nobody really have manned the play. Possession have switched from side to side. But the quality of the football is really good, nevertheless. And that's a wonderful ball to Negus. Negus has time and space on the left flank. Is he going to beat this man? He cuts inside on Alonso. He swings it inside the box. But wonderful header out. The danger isn't cleared. Kyle Ogara with the composure to settle the possession for his side. Eventually it's clipped out for throwing for the Sound Steelers. And that's some of the skill there. I like the skill from Negus. That's a take on Alonso. And Farron on it. He eventually plays it in to Kuhn, Kerry, Daniel. Kerry now all the way to the number 4 on the right back. That's Kareem Pope. And a good interception there by Brito. And Alonso on it now. He's been hassled here by Ezekiel. Alonso eventually clears. Yes. And wonderful flick there by Ezekiel with the back of the boot. And high boot there. The referee, Noel Moore, not accepting how high the boot was there from Alonso. And a quick play here now to Kerry, but the referee says he's having a conversation with Prida Williams. Prida Williams a bit close. And Kerry eventually swings it in. This was headed out. Good cut inside, and he has a lot of support. Kyle eventually distributes it to Kern Robertson, and Robertson has speed, and he plays it across to Peter Williams. Is he going to cut inside? Is he going to have a shot? He does eventually, and that's a beautiful left-footed goal. He cut inside, and then he banged it with the left foot. There, Jaden. There, Kasim. What a shot that was. He eventually came on, cut inside here on the replay, and then bang. No way the keeper, Andrews, can save that. The keeper was rooted to the spot there.
Goal scored by number 9, Kasim Ballantyne for the Central Jaguars.
Kasim Ballantyne
The Central Jaguars
showing why his left foot is devastating.
Samuel Steelers net.
Must say, wonderful distribution too as well. Wonderful lofted, driven pass by Kern Roberts
Goal scored in the 21st minute.
to assist for the goal. I expected him to drive with it, but he had the vision to pass the ball to Kern Ballantyne. Now we are seeing Kerry a bit more forward, being clipped there by Kyle Ogaro. Nibbled at his foot, and the referee awards a foul. And Kerry on it now. He has had a lot of the ball. He has been the central playmaker for. And now this is another chance here again. And Ballantyne has another drive at it. But wonderful interception by Karim Pope. Last ditch interception, that is. Just to save his team from another embarrassing goal. Because as we know, once Kasim Ballantyne's get on it and he cuts inside with a left foot, I think it's a foregone conclusion. As he demonstrated with his menacing shot. Has to retreat because the ball came into play. And a long throw inside the box. Flicked on, and Kerry Daniel has a header. Wonderful last-ditch block again from the Central Steelers defenders. And now they're trying to advance with limited support. Eventually it plays across to Kerry, flicks it back to Daniel, Ezekiel to Daniel, that is. Tries to play it forward to the number 9, Jaden Charles, to no avail. Eventually kicked out for a throw-in. And the Central Jaguars try to regroup. Ezekiel Daniel now. And Dante, look at the speed here. Ooh, just into wonderful interception. Dante's still on it. The amount of composure this youngster has, it's off the charts, I must say. Now Jaden Charles. He has a little bit of time for striker. No more strikers there. Back as always against the goal. And Negus, I'm seeing a wonderful run here by Negus. Pascal still on it. Pascal is trying to do a bit too much there. I think he should pass the ball. And now the 11, Caleb, plays it forward. I think it's just a bit long. And the keeper, Kwesi Andrews. Easy. I must mention, I haven't mentioned Tor Fletcher name. He hasn't had much to do in this first half for the Central Jaguars. And I think that's not, in terms of quality of chances, that isn't something the Samoa Steelers will be happy about. Jaden Charles tried to flick it on there, but wasn't successful. And now it's all the way to the right backside to Alonso. Good interception there. And reading of the play by Kieran Matthews. Oh, just a bad touch there by the goal scorer. And now Negus tries to play it inside. Just wonderfully intercepted. And now, again, it's ping-ponged again. Eventually, the goal scorer and Brito now giving Fletcher a touch of it. The goalkeeper for Central Jaguars. And the ball is spread all the way to Dante now on the left side. And he has an easy pass to pick out for Curtin Roberts. And the miscue kick out was very fortuitous for Curtin. But now Dante is on it again now. He plays it inside to Mark Roberts. He's going to have a spank. He eventually does. It's an unlucky effort by Mark Robertson. He would want to get an eye in on goal, scoring a brace against the Western Eagles. And wonderful quick play by Ezekiel. He has a bit much to do. I think that's a foul the referee should blow. Kyle Ogaro holding on to his man, tugging at his shirt. Surprised the referee hasn't pulled out a card for that one. It's a bit cynical, but it's quick play. And he has Jordan Charles just a bit on the long side to the annoyance of Jaden Charles. And now the Central Jaguars can regroup and rebuild. Again, really nice pass, but good reading of the play by the number 19 for the Central Jaguars. I mean the Sour Steelers, my pardons. Joshua Isaac, that is. And now Joshua Isaac on it again now. Plays it to Jaden Charles. Tries to advance forward, but eventually lost out on it. Kyle Ogaro annoyed there by the pass from Caleb Boyce. Expected better from him. And Kareem Matthews plays it forward to Jaden. Jaden should bounce it back. I think he should have bounced it back if he wanted to keep his team on possession. And Kyle O'Gara plays it to Kun Roberts. Needed a better first touch if he wanted to keep it there. Luckily for him, his team keeps it. And the goal scorer, Kasim Ballantyne, eventually does control it, and they played all the way back. I think the Sour Steelers, if they want to put some pressure, they need to press a bit higher. They're playing very backward defensively, like they're retreating. I mean, we're only about 30 minutes into the game, so I think some of the players should still have some gas in the tank. I think he's holding that gas in the tank for later, but there's a lot of substitutions you can make in this tournament, so You could always reshuffle to compensate for the gas lost. But Joshua Isaac on the right side, he has one to take on. He tries to take him on, but eventually lost out on it. And Kern Roberts plays it to Dante Cooper. Dante, a wonderful last-ditch challenge there by the number 6, Nathaniel Peruz. And Kerry Daniel, center of the Sour Steelers attack. Really is a wonderful number 10, and I think that's a beautiful true ball, but Negus didn't read that he was going to play it. If he wanted to reach that, he would have had to start his run before the ball was played. I don't think he expected it. Kylo Garro. He has been the Kerry Daniel for the Central Jaguars. We used to have a player comparison. And Jaden Charles would be disappointed that he didn't get a better first touch of it. Lost start on it. And Dante Cooper drifts in nicely, and now he plays it to Kasim, the goal scorer. Back to Dante. Referee spots an infringement. He gives a foul to the Central Jaguars. But they had 32 minutes played. I think the Central Jaguars be very happy that they are 1-0 up here in the Marvin Lee Group A action. They would want to put more. But I think how the Sour Steelers set up, I think they're asking for more defensively. Kyle, is he going to have a shot? He plays it eventually. And he tries to swing it. He gets around it. I think he let it run too much. And Kasim with a wonderful interception. Still has it there, Kasim. And then he still has it there inside the box. He goes over, but the referee says play on. And Negus trying to get onto it. And he had a collision there. Thought it was worse than it looked. And Brito. Plays it to Kyle Ogaro. Ogaro to Mark Robertson. And now Kern Roberts. He has a lot of space. He's going down the right-hand side. He cuts back inside. Plays it on top for Dante Cooper. Dante Cooper turns on his lad. Dante still on it. Plays it to Kern. Just missed touch. He swings it back into Dante Cooper. Has a shot. But it was blocked there. Wonderful telepathic play there between Dante Cooper and Kern Robertson's a swing ball, but the linesman spots the offside, and that was wonderful telepathic play between Kern and Dante Cooper there. Both exactly in the same book, same page, same verse, same everything. Referee sees a fall through, and Farhan is really annoyed that the referee called it. Well, the linesman, that is. And he puts a lot of pressure on his team because of that. I think Alonso should go into the box. Yes, he does eventually. He realizes it makes more sense to go in the box, and good fooling. And that he swings it in, but I think Andrews should catch this one comfortably. Clears it so that his team could push up the pitch. Dante Cooper Hansel and Harry there. And was fouled eventually. Oh, Brito with a bit of skill. With a nice delicate sombrero on his opponent there. And Ezekiel Pascal with some skill. And he plays it to Negus. The referee eventually calls back for the foul on Ezekiel Pascal. It's really good refereeing, I must say, by Moore. You play the advantage and eventually nothing really happens out of it in the couple of seconds after the advantage is called. So you bring it back. That's very professional by Moore. Normally, we always have bad things to say about referees, but when they do good things, we should mention it too as well. Negus on it now. He tries to turn on Alonso. Boys, that's really brilliant there by Mark Robertson. Just to let it run through the legs. Easily fool his opponent. And boys, to no one. And the annoyance of some of his teammates as well. And Poop tries to play it to Joshua Isaac, but not successful too. With the pass. Kyle Ogaro to Mark Robinson. He tries to play it forward Dante Cooper, but it was intercepted well. And Negus, he's making a forward run, but they hold on the pass. They keep it a bit more, and eventually they go forward to Jaden Charles. Ezekiel Pascal on it. He plays it to Jaden Charles. This is looking somewhat promising here for the Steelers, but it's fizzed out. And Dante Cooper, he has a lot of time and space. He can drive forward. He eventually passes it. Tries to pick out Kareem Valentine with the outside of the foot, but mission failed. And Ezekiel now, he has Negus. Wonderful run back there by Mark Robertson. Just to nip it off of the feet of Ezekiel Pascal. Pascal, actually. And Pope. He plays it to Joshua Isaac on the right-hand side. Back to Pope. Oh, that's brilliant. Correct turn there by Kyrie Daniel. But I think I want to see him do that a little bit further up the pitch, where it's more dangerous. I think if that's a problem, I think, tactically with Samoa Steelers, Kerry Daniel needs to be a bit more up the pitch, more in the more threatening zones with that sort of skill. We don't need to see you do it in your own box, in your own half. And this isn't nothing that we would want to see here. This guy, Kylo Garu, is really a simple player. Center defensive midfielder, and he's on the ground. 40 minutes played. And this is not a sight we'd want to see for the Central Jaguars. They would be worried that he really mans the midfield defensively. He's almost like two players in one. Watching the physiotherapy, it looks as though something is wrong with his knee. Probably had a collision that has aggravated as play went on. This really isn't a nice sight here. I think the medic's going to try to get him on. And Kerry Daniel now Alonso with the interception. And now they are on the counter attack. He plays the line for Alonso. He has a lot of space and time. He has support too as well. But Negus with the beautiful interception. And Negus on it now. Surprised I was offside. To be honest. I think he was behind the last man. And Kuhn Roberts tried to clip it on the inside. But Pope had none of that, and he intercepted well. And Ezekiel Pascal, he has had a numerous number of touches. Now Kerry Daniel a bit more advanced. I think he should get a bit more advanced than where he is. And Dante Cooper doing the dirty work. The final pass for both teams have been lacking. There's that final quality in the final third. And look at that from Kerry Daniel. Now he's moving forward. I think he should go up a little bit more, get a little bit more advance. And Joshua Isaac, is he going to swing it in one time? He does. This is looking very promising here. And that's the first touch from Tor Fletcher, if I'm not mistaken. And Isaac asking for a foul from the referee. And he was awarded it there. Joshua Isaac. Kylo Orgaro eventually coming back on the pitch. And Kerry Daniel plays it to Joshua Isaac. He eventually sinks it in with the left foot. And that has to be a foul. Referee doesn't blow it, surprisingly. He has called numerous of the little niggly challenges. That was a bit inconsistent. Then he eventually calls that one, to the annoyance of all the Samoa Steelers players and coaching staff. We have 1 minute at a time here for this first game, and Dante Cooper swings it in, but it's straight to Kwesi Andrews. I think he should. Oh, that's a good throw. And Kerry Daniel cuts back on the inside on Dante Cooper and gets the better of him, and he has a lot of space here. Joshua Isaac. And he swings it in on the first side, and Ezekiel. That's brilliant defending there by Alonso. Just had the extra step on Ezekiel Pascal and marshal it away for a corner. Pascal would be disappointed he didn't get a better step on Alonso as is the reason that he has some speed in him. But it's a final corner. I think this will be the final play for the first half. Negus with the ball in, and it's straight to Pascal and Kerry. I think this is Kerry. Is he fouled? he isn't. And Kasim here plays it back to Kasim Mazen now. And is he going to advance forward? Is he going to do something special? Good challenge, and he kept it in well too. Linesman says play on, and that's Isaac. And now Negus. Alonso chasing him back. That's a brilliant this challenge again by Alonso. He has put in the shift. He has put his body on the line, and the referee has blown the whistle for the final touch of the ball for the first half in this Monday on the GA Super Cup. It's 1-0. Kasim Ballantyne scoring in the 21st minute for Group A action, and that would put the Central Jaguars into first place. Into second place, sorry, because of their goal difference. They will be less than obviously the Western Eagle, leading on 6 points, having a goal difference of 3 points. And San Juan Steelers in third place with a -1, and Central Jaguars and goal difference is -2. But they would be in second place because they're winning thus far in the live. But this is the GA Super Cup. As we know, some of the sponsors are Ballroom, OCA Fashion, JA Athletic Gateway Athletics, as well as Mario's Pizzas. First half, I think in the final third, the both teams need to be a bit better, especially the San Juan Steelers, if they want to get anything out of it. Also, I think they need to advance Kerry Daniel a bit more up the pitch. He is very magisterial on it, but he's doing his magisterial stuff too deep in their own half. But we want to see what Damian Cooper and Brian St. Louis for San Juan Steelers, what he's going to come differently tactically in the second half so that their team could get on the scoreboard. But it's 1-0 in the first half here for the GA Super Cup, and we'll be back after this commercial break.
Water. Introducing. Come and get it. Wait. Come and get it, come and get it, come and get it. Much better. Customer service excellence, reliability, home delivery across TNT. Place your orders 77 Water. Join our roster 77 Water. Make life easier. 77 Water. What you waiting for? 77 Water. Our delivery trucks are in your area. Call now. come and get it, come and get it. Come and get it, come and get it, come and get it. Come and get it, come and get it, come and get it.
Hi guys, I am Coach Denicia. I'm better known as Auntie Denicia. I work with the under 5 team. This is the only football camp that you will get where you see we integrate fun, learning football. Bring all the children down. Let's have fun and let's enjoy ourselves with them. They always enjoy themselves.
Good day, everybody. My name is Kevin Williams, Coach Vin. I am with Gateway Athletics, the academy. I'm with the young ones. We are really having an exciting time. We're really enjoying it. The focus of our sessions are really to make sure that the kids have fun, they enjoy it, and they also learn a little bit of football, right? So today we did some beautiful games. We did a nice little musical ball. It's basically musical chairs with the ball where they have to come in and get a ball. We also did red light, green light. A lot of the kids familiar with that. And they had a lot of fun. At the end they did some passing and also some shooting. So this is what we are looking to do. Make sure they have fun, play some games, and also incorporate football. So yeah, you all can see the children. I really enjoy it, trust me. I enjoy these kids and they look like it clearly they're enjoying my company also. So yeah, Gateway Athletics Academy, blessings.
So we're here at the Squadron Grounds in Aruka on College Road, where we had the launch of our football academy. We are taking in players from as early as 3 years old, so we have U5 all the way up to U23. We have decided to launch our football academy because we have seen the need to bridge the gap both on and off the field for our local players with the intentions of
this morning is another checkbox to cross off as we launch our academy. This academy is a major part of our development program, as we won't have to do the in-depth assessment of getting players into our elite and development programs. This is important for Trinidad and Tobago. As we know, the pandemic has really destroyed us. And to be fair, we must thank the parents and the children for having that belief in us with our development and elite programs. So launching the academy is a massive part for us, as we will have the kids that will be moving up into elite and development. We have a lot of plans. As you know, we recently finished our Trinidad and Tobago showcase. Now we are looking to get into other islands to do the same. We will be releasing our dates. We also have later on this year, we have NCE. We have in Pennsylvania, that's in July. We have a USA tour. So it's a lot of things happening here at Gateway Athletics. So it's all about giving these children who has faith in us the opportunity to really and truly live their dream and be seen. So I must commend the idea that is behind it and the team that we have that keeps bringing in great ideas and to be fair, we have executed it well so far, and we just have to stick with it and trust the process.
So you can register for our academy. It's open to boys and girls. Registration forms are available on our Facebook and Instagram pages.
Back live here for the start of the second half Group A action. Central Jaguars versus San Juan Steelers. Central Jaguars having one up against the San Juan Steelers. Wonderful left-footed strike by Kasim Ballantyne. Couple of substitutions here, leaving a play. Kylo Garo, number 3, Keston Superville coming on. Kylo Garo, if you remembered in the first half, had a injury problem with his knee. I think after medical supervision and advisement, they would want to take him off so it doesn't get any worse. That's definitely a blow for the Central Jaguars, being how defensive Kylo Gara can be as a center defensive midfielder. Let's see how they cope with the change. Has a big role here, Superville. And they're playing simple here. Tries to go long, but eventually easily interpreted it by Kieran Matthews, and he goes back to Kwesi. Kwesi goes long. Is that a foul? Striked in the back there. Jaden Charles holding his back in pain. I think the referee needs to have discussion with some of the players, because by allowing the play to run so easily, you could have cynical challenge being left untouched with no prosecution. Johan Peruz feeling the after effects of that blow to the back. Nice to see the San Juan Steelers trying to get a hold of it a bit more than the Central Jaguars. I think they need to get more advanced up the pitch. But wonderful interception by Brito. And he clips it forward to Brito. Wonderful header into. But that's Mark Robinson. Really a nice player to watch on the eyes. And Taje Komisiong turns here now to Brito, and he's been clipped by Ezekiel Pascal. Robertson restarts it. Asking Fetty Alonso on the right flank. Flenchy goes all the way around and all the way back to the number 4, Danzel. Wonderful flicking pass there by Kuhn. And there's a lot of space on the right flank. And we have the overlap and run by Alonso. He has 3 in the box. He swings it. He goes past the defender. He eventually swings it in. But Kwesi Andrews, it was too close to him. I think the pass needed to be driven on the floor. That would have been more threatening. Clipped ball for Robertson. He lets it run a bit too much. Eventually, number 13 holding on to it in a very dangerous spot. Referee eventually calling it back. There, Johan Peruz. And Prida Williams plays it to Isaac. Josiah Isaac. It's his lad, another nutmeg, but eventually lost out on it there. I think it goes for throw-in for the Sour Steelers. A long throw-in to Ezekiel. It's eventually very skillfully played out, and Mark Robertson, he keeps it. Plays it to Brito, but he lost out on it again. And oh no, that's nowhere to have a shot. He should have played it off there. He had 4 players in front of him. was high, wide, and nowhere handsome. Long kick out by Tor. I must say, Tor hasn't had much to do with the hands today. That's because the quality of the Sour Steelers in the final third just isn't there. They need more. And I think if they want more, Kerry Daniel needs to be a bit more advanced. I mean, tactically, I see the importance of the play, but they're on top. Whoa, good defending eventually there. And it's been cleared out. I think the linesman calling for something. Calling for the offside. A bit strange there from the linesman to call the offside so late. I think it's for the pass before the swing in, but it was very late to call. But Central Jaguars on it nevertheless. Plays a long ball to Kasim. He eventually controls it really well with his chest. I used to do too much after it all. And couldn't, just to run outside of play there, couldn't. If he was able to keep that in play there, I think he would have been leaving. He would have had his defender running backwards there. Negus. Now Pope, the center back for Sour Steelers. Eventually conceded a foul there. It's a brilliant forward pass to Kasim, and now Tajay Commission with a cut inside back to Kasim. Sliding challenge to interrupt the play there, and now it's that's straight. So Dante Cooper, to Robertson, and that's too much space to get the pass right there, Robertson, and he would be disappointed provided that he's so well. That's a foul. The referee needs to blow. Referee says play on, surprisingly. That's very shocking, and now Kern Robertson, he is driving, he plays it on the inside. Kasim with a wonderful turn. Is that a foul? And is that a penalty? Yes, it is. But I think the Sour Steelers players will be upset that Ezekiel Pascal wasn't fouled. And it's actually Brito with the turn on the inside on his lad. I think it was just on top of the box. I might be wrong here, watching the replay. But the referee points to the spot. But to go back to Ezekiel Pascal, he's still on the floor. I think he was fouled. And all the Sour Steelers players complaining for that early foul. This will be salt in the wounds for the Sour Steelers. I'm feeling it a bit for them. Referee Moore. But I think it's the captain, Janik Danzal, over it. And looking at his composure, I don't think he's going to miss. And he slots it away in the bottom left corner. That's an easy goal. The captain, but I'm going back to the earlier offense. I think the Sour Steelers would be feeling like they was on the end of a not too tasty stick. Not to take away from Danzel, and it's how wonderfully he slotted it away in the bottom left corner, away from Kwesi Andrews. But with things like this,
Substitution now for the Central Jaguars. Leaving the field of play. The goal scorer.
Kasim Andrews
Scored the first item for the Central
coming
Jaguars.
off.
Number 9.
Didn't do much wrong. I'm surprised he's taken off. Coming on for
Number 17.
Cornell.
Cornell.
Cornell coming on for Kasim. I'm surprised that they made an offensive change just after the penalty being converted. Think they would have racked up shot by now. But Joshua Isaac, he has run the defenders and eventually swings it in. And is they going to get a chance back? Oh, wonderful back heel there. And Dante Cooper on it now. Wonderful flick pass by Ting, and Dante Cooper, he's driving. Eventually plays it forward to Mark Robertson. He has support on the right flank. And Kern Robertson, is he going to bend it immediately? Comes across, he cuts inside. Is that a penalty? And the referee points again. I think this one, there is no debate for this one. This is a clean penalty. No poetic justice needed. One touch stuff. Look at the close foot ability here by Kern Robertson just to get it away. It's a bit soft for me actually looking back on the replay. Kern Robertson know exactly what he's doing. But this time, instead of Danzel taking the penalty, Kern says, I want it. I want to put it away in the back of the net. That's the mark of confidence. That's the mark of a man. That's a mark of someone who wants goals. That's a brilliant save, but eventually slots it back in.
Goal scored there now by number 10 for the Central Jaguars, Kern Roberts. And this was in the 56th minute. So they now lead this match.
Actually, a really good save by Kwesi. He would be disappointed that it wasn't deflected away when he saved it. But eventually, I must commend Kern for just keeping the composure, even though the keeper saved it. After players throw away penalties, they get a bit fidgety. He could have skied it over the bar, but he kept his composure and put it in the back of the net. I must say, the Sour Steelers, their hearts will be dropped to the floor. Their momentum will be killed because now it's 3-0 and they have a lot of work to do to even get a sniff out of this game. Ezekiel Pascal, he plays it on the inside. Touch just a bit long. But I must mention, it's two offenses the Sour Steelers wouldn't be upset about. One, the foul on Ezekiel Pascal just before the penalty was awarded, and even if the penalty was inside the box. Must mention to Alonso on the right back position. He hasn't done much wrong for the Central Jaguars, offensively and defensively. Marshalling all the players who come down his flank out of play. Long ball. I think this is the first touch actually for Superville. Oh, brilliant from Kern Roberts. He has gotten a lot of confidence that he's going to spank it. He doesn't. He plays it to Dante. Dante has a shot. Oh, what a save. Now that's what we know Dante Cooper for. Dante Cooper, I think that was his weaker foot with the left shot ability. Dante Cooper's, you can't give him wrong here. He's so magisterial with the touch and the pass. And he's showing he's magisterial too as well with his left foot, this weaker foot ability. think the referee is calling for the substitution here. Number 11.
Substitution for the San Steelers.
San Juan Steelers. Caden Merchant coming on.
Leaving the field of play number 14.
Coming on for Ezekiel Pascal.
Number 11, Caden Merchant.
And Joshua Isaac. I think we've seen Carey a little bit more up the pitch. She lost out at it there to Dante Cooper. And good distribution, but good reading of the play. And you have an overlap and run from Commission. Controls it well. Swings it into. And free blue for the foul on Negus. Didn't see much wrong, but he blew for it regardless. I think this is the first game in the GA Super Cup to have 2 penalties in one game. That means we have a no-nonsense referee. Not very lenient. A true ball here. Tries to control it there. Jamil John didn't get it under control. And eventually the foul on Dante Cooper, if I'm not mistaken. And that's smart there by Brito to get the short pass in. Plays it all the way now. That's Alonso. And now Superville with a wonderful turn and holding on. The referee plays on. Dante Cooper now to Kern Roberts. Is he onside? Yes, he is. Kern Roberts is skillful. He plays it on the inside, but Kwesi Andrews, my pardons, interpreted the play well. And good clearance. And Dante Cooper with a wonderful first touch to pick the ball out of the sky. Eventually, he fouled his opponent there. And that's way too optimistic by Pope. No way that was going to test Toe. Going back to the replay here. Kern Robertson in a wonderful position. Swinged it in, but too close to Andrews, the goalkeeper. Around 63, 64 minutes past there in the second half. And I think, Kern Roberts, I have to stop when he's on it. I give him the attention he needs. And Dante Cooper, he has a lot of support. He plays it across. Is he going to swing it in? He takes a bit long, has a shot eventually straight at Kwesi. Eventually lets go the throttle. There, Kyle Ogaro. Good interception there by, and that's a beautiful play to Kuhn. And I think that's what he has on the inside. He plays it on the inside, but last ditch defender. That's really scary to play there. And Superville, being smart, he takes the play. And now Tajay Commission, he has two in the box. Eventually clips it in, and this is going to be in the back of the net. I'm not sure who took the last touch.
Another one for the Central Jaguars.
I don't know if it.
Now a 4-goal to nil.
I don't know if it came off. I don't know who it came off of it last.
Goal scored by Mark Robinson.
Mark Robinson claiming it.
They now lead this one 4 goals to nil against Salmon Steelers.
I think we need to go back to the replay to see who really got that last touch.
Now has moved on to 3 goals along with Nathan Lewis.
I think it probably went over.
Leading goal scorers, Nathan Lewis from Maloney Mavericks and Mark Robinson from the Central Jaguars.
But Mark Robinson getting a goal here, getting in on the action. He scored a brace in the first game against the Western Eagles. And now he has one to increase his goal scoring tally. This is 4-0 here to the Samoa Steelers losing. Samoa Steelers being very disappointed. First half was a much more closer contest. But I think after the penalty was given, they were distraughted. Kerry Daniel with a bit of skill, and he plays a true ball on the backhand side. Why is he coming in? I think he should have stayed in line. I think the better is positioning there on the right flank there, Caden Merchant. Needs to be closer to the line if he wants to get it. He could always cut inside when he receives it. And Kern Robertson has done little wrong here in this entire football game, I should say. Especially in the second half. And he's on it back now. And look at the skill there of Kern Roberts. He has the skill. He's going to play the long ball. The referee, I think that was really close. I'm here in the commentary box. I think Ogaro there, the brother of Kyle Ogaro. Would be disappointed. At least they should get a consolation, at least attempt to here to reduce the goal difference deficit. The Samoa Steelers. I really don't think 4 goals is reflective of their ability. They have played for a 4-goal defeat here in this game, but in other games I think they've been showed a better team. Just a bit all over the place in this game here. Tries to header it on. Eventually there's a shot, but only to bodies the shot go. And now this is a wonderful counter attack. It's about 4 versus 2. And I think this is going to be another one in the back of the net. He cuts it on the inside and eventually plays it to Kern Robertson. Robertson plays it. Oh, that should have been a better ball on that. To Brito. Robertson would be disappointed that at least he should have flicked it over the defender's foot. Just to play for the defender, anticipating it coming along the floor. It's more difficult to anticipate balls in the air. Players with class know that. Not saying he doesn't, Kuhn. Now Dante Cooper, he plays it to Mark Robertson, but touch is a bit off there from Mark. Kuhn Robertson, he's really been quick and feisty, and Kuhn Robertson plays it to another foul again. I think the referee needs to bring out a card. A lot of challenges has been on the harsh and high side and rash side too as well. Referee needs to calm down some of the players because I think they're tackling out of frustration now.
On this, the night of May 2022, Central Jaguars lead the Salmon Steelers 4 goals to nil.
Eventually, the referee dishes out a card. I think that was needed for Pope.
Kasim Valentine. In the 21st minute, Kern Roberts got a penalty in the 56th, followed by Mark Robinson, or actually by Janique Danzel, the captain. That was in the 53rd minute. And we got a fourth item by Mark Robinson.
I think the tackle only looked cynical. Surprised he wasn't giving another color there. Kareem Pope. Only malice intent I saw in that tackle. I don't think they'd want to see Mark Robinson, their top leading scorer, injured.
Number 4, Kareem Pope, in the 69th minute.
They will need him for the other games in this Group A action. I think the man to stand over this is Dante Cooper. That's the only player I think should have the shot on goal. I know Kern Roberts would be deliberating. Tajay Commission over it as well. I just feel as though Dante Cooper has that majestic clip. Not saying Tajay doesn't have it. It's 4 left foot, I must say, too, as well. So Tajay would be eyeing himself on goal. But he'll eventually leaves it for Dante Cooper. No, that's way over the bar. Should have done it better there, Dante Cooper, knowing his ability. I think the referee needs to step in on some of the challenges here by these Samoa Steelers. It's really been all over the place for me. Could get a player injured, and that's the last thing we want to see here. Because now we will be having key players missing out, and Superville to mark. Eventually, I think there was a fall by Superville on Kieran Matthews. Kieran Matthews still on the floor in pain. And he will need some medical assistance. Expected much better looking back on the free kick by Dante Cooper. Nowhere near the Samoa Steelers goal. But we have a triple substitution, if I'm not mistaken.
Number 18, Mark Robinson.
Mark Robertson being taken off.
Number 6, Alexis Blackwell.
And Alexis Blackwell coming on for him. Also to the number 15. I think the removal of Mark Robinson is to protect him. Another player going down and he's hit his face here. I think the referee really needs to get a hold and a grip on this game. It's 4-0 to the Central Jaguars. And their tackles just have been all over the place. A head injury here now. Watch back on the replay. I don't see nothing much wrong there. Oh, that's beautiful there by Alonso. Still on it here, Alonso. Ran with it too much there. He should pass it off. But I think the game is done and dusted for the Samoa Steelers. They need to regroup. They need to go back to the drawing board. They need to recalibrate if they want to get anything in this Group A. And Brito with a wonderful interception. Plays it to Superville. Brito back on it now. Is he going to let go? He cuts inside. No challenge, and the referee says play on rightfully. Trying to fool the referee with the fall. He did a Cristiano Ronaldo trap on the inside. And that's beautiful one-touch stop, but again, marshaled out. Defensively, I must admit, I know we are always talking about the incapabilities of the Samoa Steelers attack. Oh, that's beautiful from Brito. And eventually the referee doesn't give him any partition for his skill. And this might be a chance here. Is he going to let go the shuttle? He plays it off to Negus. And eventually plays it out. But like I was saying earlier, I know that we have talked about the inefficiencies of the Samoa Steelers attack and how I think they need Kerry Daniel a bit more up the pitch if they want to bring really some attacking threat to the Central Jaguars. But the Central Jaguars defensively has really constructed their wall of Jericho well, with the likes of Janik Danzel, Jordan Brito, Chad Alonso, and Tajay Commission, and not to mention and leave out Tor Fletcher. The back line for the Central Jaguars having a proper foundation. And to be honest, I haven't seen a proper quality chance by the Sour Steelers for this entire game. They never really tested Tor Fletcher. And that could be attributable to the fact that the attacking prowess of the Shower Steelers isn't there, as well as the defensive fortitude of the Central Jaguars is there. Not resulting in a 4-0 goal line. Nil, obviously, to the Sour Steelers. It'd be good if the Sour Steelers could at least get a constellation. And also, to the defensive fortitude of Central Jaguars, it would be good if they can get a clean sheet. Tor Fletcher would be happy with that. Ball all the way to the left side. And back now to Joshua Isaac. Carey. Now to Isaac. Trying to conjure up something here. Eventually Negus. The referee blows for a foul. I didn't see much wrong. But I think the referee, he's closer to me. Brito eventually coming back after receiving medical treatment. Re-entering the pitch. And Negus clips it in. With a header by Karim Pope, my bad. And wonderful hold up of the play by Superville. He has support by Kern Daniel. Superville keeps it now. And he's driving here. Superville. He plays it to Cooper. Superville with a left foot shot. And he would be extremely disappointed that he didn't rattle the net there. Lean back too much. Skying the ball way over the bar eventually. Just on top the 6-yard box. Must say after the 4-goal hammering here by the Central Jaguars, the speed of the play has slowed down. Sour Steelers battered and bruised. And this looks very promising. No, just too much on the long side. There for Jamil John. Jamil John is putting in the extra work, but his teammates isn't helping him likewise. Hasn't heard much of Jordan Charles too as well in this half. I must say the line for the Sour Steelers is very high. And you could split a defense very easily with this high line. And Cooper, he's onside still. They eventually played it to Kern. Cooper is onside still. Eventually got it. Cooper, and he flicks it back to Kern. Is he going to outrun his man? Yes, he does. And Kern, he's very skillful on it. Eventually plays it on the inside for Tajay. Plays it short, and this should be a good shot. Oh, wonderful run. Tracing back and tackle by Johan Perrault. And Brito plays the target to Kuhn now. But I'm being honest with you. I think the Central Jaguars still have one more goal in them. Smash them 5-0. Just by watching the defensive setup of the Sour Steelers, I think that's their greatest downfall. They have a very high line. One pass will split the defense. Also, too, the number 5, Kieran Matthews, isn't running as smoothly as he should. And now on the right flank, he has a step over. There, Caden coming on and showing his bit of speed. And Isaac swings it in with a nice header there. Not a bad effort by Jaden Merchant. Probably should have got over a bit more if he wanted it to, and got around it a bit more as well if he wanted it to be on the goal line. And this year is looking really menacing now. And a deep ball, but to no one. I don't even think any of the Samoa Steelers players advance into the box. They look like they've been punched out of this game. And Kuhn Roberts, he plays it to Dante Cooper. Cooper plays it on the inside. And wonderful flick of the foot by Superville. Superville, as he came on, has been playing really well for Kareem. And look at Kerry Daniel. I mean, he baffled his defender, eventually losing it out, but if he can get to do that in the box or just around the D of the box, and then offload the throttle, I think that's where they could have a little bit more threat on any team they face. And that's not good, and this is going to be a consolation. No, it isn't. Miscued left-footed volley to the extreme disappointment. Very disappointed. Now the ball distributes to Kuhn Roberts. He looks for support. He eventually drives with it, Kuhn. Plays it on the inside for Danzel. Danzel. That's not a good ball to play in. And Negus advances with it, and he plays the ball all the way across now to Merchant. Merchant has a lot of space, a lot of time too. Merchant fans and takes over one and eventually swings it with the left foot. I mean, I don't give him the wrong idea. I don't think he made the wrong choice, but there was a better choice. Or another option, I should say, to swing it in the box. No Superville on it now. Back on it here now, Superville.
3 minutes added on time, being shown by the FIFA foot official.
Simple stuff here from the Central Jaguars. Just knocking it between themselves. Eventually losing out on it.
Central Jaguars beats the Salmon Steelers 4 goals to 0.
3 minutes of extra time. I think this match is already finished. And that's brilliant there with the roly-poly from Dante Cooper just to get away from his defenders. Eye-catching player Dante Cooper. But as the clock winds down to past regular time into extra time, to finish off the game, Superville on it now. He has Kuhn Roberts on the left flank. Is he going to drive for a final attack? He does a couple of step overs and cuts on the inside, and really bamboozling Kareem Pope. Back to Tajay now. Superville really has come down and showed his physical attributes. Wonderful hold-up play by him. It's not offside, and eventually no foul was committed. But anytime now the referee should signal the end of the game. Central Jaguars being 4-0 up over the Sour Steelers. And that is the blast of the final whistle. And bringing us to the end of the first game in the Marvel League for the GA Super Cup. Valentine scoring in the 21st. Danzel scoring a free kick in the 53rd. Then Kuhn scoring a free kick in the 56th right after. Referee pointing to the spot twice in about 3 minutes. And then to end it all off, Mark Robertson with a header in the 65th minute. This is the GA Super Cup Group A action. That's the end of it. If you don't know, the tournament is sponsored by Jose Fashion, Ballroom, Mario Pizzas,
The Western Eagles
and
still
Gateway
lead the
Athletics.
standings after 2 games with a goal difference of 3.
This
They
will
are on 6 points. While
this
the
4
Central
goals
Jaguars
by
that started out
the
this
Central
season with 2
Jaguars will
wins have now been
definitely
lifted
improve
into second position. With
their
2 games on
goal
the board
scoring tally,
with a +2 difference.
making
And they
their
are on
goal
6
scoring
points.
tally,
San Juan Steelers
or
started
goal
out this
difference
season
tally, I
with
should say,
second position.
with
Now
2
have come
goals.
into third position after 2 games. They
Western
are
Eagles with a 3
unbeaten
goal
in 2
difference.
points
So,
thus far. So Western Eagles on 6.
I mean, Central Jaguars
Central
putting themselves
Jaguars
in a
on
good
3.
position.
And the San Juan Steelers no points as yet. The standing for Group
Goal
A.
difference wise.
We move now into the Group D.
Not to
And
mention,
before
we
this
have
match
Group D
is
action
played,
to come up.
Tobago Sharks.
Tobago
after the
Sharks
first game has a +1. Oilers.
versus Southern Oilers.
No goal difference there. They
Must
are
mention too,
on
Liu
1
will
point.
be
And Northeastern
the one commentating for that game. So
with a -1 also on 1 point.
I'm handing it over to him. He should be bring some spark into the game from the commentary box.
Southern Oilers.
It's been a fantastic game today.
Goalkeeper number 1, Akimo
We'll be
Williams.
right back after the short commercial break.